Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is a very unlucky one. Definitely one of my unluckiest moments ever. Now, recently, the past few days, I've been telling very recent story times. Story times that take place like the day before or the day of me telling it. And this one's a little bit different. Today's story time takes place in middle school. Yeah, the very last year of middle school, right before I went into high school. And this is the story time of how I almost got expelled from my middle school and arrested. Yeah. Hope you enjoy this story time. Leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it, and let's jump right into today's story time. So today's story time all starts off as a normal day. Like I said, last year in middle school. At this point, I wasn't really doing a whole lot. Now, the thing about middle school, at least mine at the time, is I could kind of do whatever I wanted and they just passed me along because my grades didn't really matter until high school at this point. So I was pretty much just going in every day and not trying my hardest, which, isn't really the right mindset to have in school. But even though my grades didn't really matter at this point, my teachers were still all like on my case about it, being like, hey, you got to get better grades. If you don't, you're not going to move on to high school. And they were lying to me when they said that because I had talked to a staff member who said that couldn't happen, but they wanted me to get good grades, right? So I was kind of on thin ice with all my teachers and my staff at that school. So yeah, starts off as a normal day. I wake up, I get ready for school, I go to school, and like I said, I was kind of a lazy student, so I got to school, I was way too tired, so I went to my first period class, put my head down, and literally proceeded to sleep all the way through first period. I woke up at the very end of first period to my teacher tapping on my shoulder and going, Austin, you just slept through my entire class. Go to the main office right now. And the main office just meant you're going to the principal's office. So I get my head up off the desk, I stand up, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn it, man, this is not a good start to this day. Like, my teachers already are angry at me. Me going to the principal's office right now is not the move. So yeah, had to get up, go up to the principal's office, explain to my principal why I was up there and how I slept through class. My principal was not very happy with me, told me that I was on very thin ice and needed to be better, and I agreed to be better. And from there, I was dismissed and I went to my second period class, okay? So my second period class wasn't anything special. I didn't sleep through that one. I just kind of sat in there and did my work. And then it was time to go to my locker after that class was over. So the bell rings and I go straight to my locker because I only had a few minutes to get there and grab what I needed for my next class. And the thing about my locker is it was right next to this one dude who was not trustworthy whatsoever. Let's just call this dude Ethan, okay? Now, Ethan was constantly getting into trouble, and I know people are going to comment and be like, Austin, isn't that a little bit hypocritical? Like, you've been in some trouble yourself. No, this dude took it to new levels, okay? Ethan had a damn death wish, I swear. Like, this kid would take getting into trouble to new heights every single time. Like, for example, one time he got mad because he failed an exam, and he went to the lunchroom right after he failed, grabbed the entire slushie machine out of the cafeteria, and smashed it in the hallway. And slushie went all over the damn hallway. I don't know what that slushie machine did to him to deserve such disrespect, but yeah, he disrespected the absolute fuck out of that slushie machine. It was really, really just not good looking. It looked like a crime scene for the slushie machine, alright? So anyway, yeah, Ethan, a very angry, trouble-causing individual, right? So I go to my locker, and I'm getting a folder out of my locker, getting ready for my next class, and Ethan's right next to me getting something out of his locker, and he goes, yo, Austin. And I was like, what's up, man? He goes, can you do me a favor today? I was like, Ethan, what do you need, man? Because every time he would ask me to do a favor for him, it involved holding something illegal that I'm not supposed to have at school. So I'd always say no to him because I'm not trying to get in trouble. And sure enough, I was correct. He goes, yo, I left my pocket knife in my backpack today. Like, I can't have this shit on me. I'll get expelled if they find it. Can you take it for the day? I'm like, bro, you just admitted that it would get you expelled if you were caught with it. So why would I want it on me? Like, I'll get expelled if I'm holding that thing. He's like, dude, trust me, you won't. You're a goody two-shoes. You'll be fine. So I just tell him, I'm like, Ethan, are you forgetting that we're in middle school still? Like, we're 1 year away from high school. And if I get caught holding your stupid knife because you're dumb and you brought it to school, I won't be able to go to high school at this school. So I would rather just not hold on to that, man. Sorry, like, you should probably get rid of it. Like, go throw it in the garbage outside or something. He's like, bro, I'm not throwing this knife out. My dad gave it to me for a birthday gift. I'm like, dude, I think your dad would understand that you needed to throw it away so you didn't get expelled from school. Like, I'm sure he'd be cool with that. He's like, I don't care, man. I don't want to throw it away. I like my knife. I'm like, all right, man, then take the chance. I don't know what to tell you. He goes, all right, fine, I will. Fuck you. And he slams his locker door shut and he walks away from me to his next class. So I turn around, I shut my locker, and I go to my next class. Now, I didn't think about this, but the thing about my school, both my high school and my middle school, is the lockers were fucked up. Like, beyond fucked up. They were all broken. All you had to do to open someone's locker without the combination is you would walk up to it, pull on it, and knee it. Yep, just pull on it as hard as you can, and then simultaneously hit it with your knee or kick it with your foot, and it'll open right up. That's how rigged our lockers were. So yeah, I didn't know it, but right after I walked away from my locker and turned the corner, Mr. Ethan, the slimy little fuck, turned around and ran back to our lockers. He got mine opened up, threw his knife inside of it, slammed the locker shut, and ran away. Now you're probably thinking, Austin, how do you know all this? Like, how do you know he did all that for sure? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? Because Ethan proceeded to do the most fucked up thing you could do to anybody after this. So Ethan was angry that I wouldn't hold on to his knife for him and take the fall for him, basically. So he decided to do the most petty thing ever, the most messed up thing ever. He decided to frame me. He put his knife in my locker, then he ran up to the main office after leaving my locker, and he told my principal that he saw that I had a knife and was hiding it in my locker, and he was concerned for his safety. That's what this psychopath told my principal, okay? And they believed it, and they conducted a random search on my locker, and they saw it sitting there on the top shelf because Ethan planted it there like a scumbag. And yeah, I get called up to the office like 5 minutes later. I walk into the main office, and I see 2 school cops in there. I see my principal. I see Ethan, and they're all giving me this look of shame. And I'm just so confused. I'm like, what's going on? And my principal and my school cop proceeded to tell me that they conducted a search on my locker because they got a report from Ethan about me having a knife in school and how I was showing it off. Now, of course, upon hearing this, I immediately am just dumbfounded because I had no knife on me. The only person that had a knife was Ethan. So I look over at Ethan because I'm just so confused, and he's giving me this smirk. This real, like, petty smirk of just like a, haha, I got you, motherfucker type of smirk. So that's when I'm like, all right, this dude wants to snitch on me for something I didn't even do and frame me because he's petty. I could play that game too. So I look at my principal and I'm like, listen, I can clear all this up right now. I didn't bring a knife to school. Like, why would I do that? There's only one person here that owns a knife and had it in school today, and that's Mr. Ethan, because he asked me to hold it for him because he was worried about getting expelled, and he planted it in my locker after I said no. And clearly this is what this is all about. So please, go check the cameras, because I know there's one in that hallway, and you can clearly see him planting it in my locker. I'm sure he did, or someone else did for him. And my principal goes, is this true, Ethan? And Ethan goes, no, check the cameras. So that's exactly what they did. They checked the cameras right in front of us, and you can see Ethan's dumbass run back around the corner after I walk away from my locker and plant his knife in there, and then run up to the main office and frame me for it. Little scumbag. Like, how awful can you be, Ethan? I hope you're watching this video. So yeah, they ended up kicking Ethan out of our school. He couldn't go to our school any longer. He was expelled. He also got taken home in a cop car that day. And I was just in disbelief. Like, all he had to do was just say nothing and he probably would have been fine. But he decided to plant that in my locker and then try to frame me. Like, how evil can you get? So yeah, moral of this story is, don't be like Ethan. Don't bring stupid shit like that to school. Don't ever do that type of stuff. Not a good idea. But yeah, guys, I thought the story time was a crazy one. In the end, I was all good. I got let off the hook. They apologized to me. I was good. But moral of the story is, yeah, don't be like Ethan. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the story time. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.